Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, we have some big news coming from Australia as they get ready to kick off their season. We also have a cruise line planning to expand its fleet by 23 ships in the next 6 years. Another cruise line is returning to Asia for the first time in 3 years. So this week, the celebrity solstice arrived in Sydney, Australia, basically kicking off the Australian cruise season. And it comes at a great time because Australia just announced their fiscal year for 2022-2023. And not only was it a successful year for the businesses and everything around the cruise ports and visiting Australia for the cruise line industry, but the cruise line industry itself brought in $3.62 billion, that's billion with a B, dollars in revenue to Australia. That's how big the Australian, New Zealand cruise market is. Because when you fly all the way to Australia, chances are you're not just staying for a night. Chances are you're spending more money in hotels, you're going to the entertainment, you're visiting the Sydney Opera House, you're going to the zoo, you are spending money in the hotels and restaurants. And so they've made an awful lot of money from the cruise industry. So they're very happy that the cruise season is kicking back off, and it kicked off with the celebrity solstice. Another cruise line that's returning to Asia after all this time, 3 years, we have the Norwegian Jewel has just returned and is starting off their season in Asia. And again, it's been 3 years since they were in Asia. So it's good to see cruise lines getting back pretty much everywhere that they're able to get to with things going on right now. Today also marks 100 days before the Icon of the Seas is ready. The official countdown from 100 down has officially started for when she arrives in January in North America. There won't be a transatlantic cruise or anything like that. She's going to show up, and her first sailings will be 2-3 day sailings for invited guests only as they inaugurate the cruise ship when it arrives. So yeah, kind of exciting time, 100-day countdown. Now, that's exciting enough, but I have a few cruises in between all that time. In fact, this week I'm on the NCL Escape this week. First time I've ever been on the Escape, so I'm kind of curious to see what's left on board this ship, what the entertainment's like, what the dining's like, and being an older ship in the fleet, how it's standing up against their newer ships. I really enjoyed my last sailing on Norwegian. I'm hoping I enjoy it as much this time. So now let's talk about Viking Cruise Line. Viking Cruise Line is best known for their river cruises and a very first-class system of ocean cruises, and now they've gotten into the expedition market. Well, they're planning on expanding that by 23 ships by the year 2030. Only 6 years away. It seems, like a long time away, but it's not. They're planning on introducing 13 new river ships by 2026, 3 years from now, including 2 brand new ships sailing in Egypt and adding another ship in the Mekong. So they're planning on doing that. The rest will be ocean. They're also planning on more expedition ships like the Viking Octanus, very popular here in the United States, going down the lakes. But it also has, expedition going out to Antarctica and places like that. So the more expedition ships they have, the better. This one proved to be very, very popular, and I don't imagine that the new ships coming out will be any different. And these are new builds. They are not purchasing them from somebody else. They are going to be brand new spanking ships with all the bells and whistles. So good on Viking. It's hard to believe, you don't think of Viking or anybody expanding by 25% in a matter of 6 years. That's crazy, crazy growth. And it's not like they're not doing well right now. They currently have 92 ships in their fleet total, and if they expand, they'll go up to 115 cruise ships. That's pretty impressive. Good job on Viking. I can't wait to see some of the new ships. I'm wondering if they're all going to be like the dterris, or are they going to have like different styles of expedition ships and maybe some different styles of ocean cruise ships. I know most of their Viking ships are pretty much identical from one ship to the other, unless you go to a different country, like going to Mekong or into Egypt. Then you get a little different style of cruise ship because of the type of rivers that they sail on. Well, I hope you appreciate this little update. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. We'll see more tips, more tricks, more travel blogs from around the world, and all about the Norwegian Escape next week, as I also get to have a one-on-one sit down with Norwegian Cruise Line and just ask them some questions that I want to ask them. And if I were you, hey, why not put some questions down in the comments down below and find out exactly what would you like me to find out from Norwegian Cruise Line next week when I'm on their training sessions.